Hi everybody, it's Cookie Lou in Arizona. Well, I'm back from Monterrey, Mexico. Got back last night about 8:30 Phoenix time, about 11:30 Monterrey time. It was a long day, about good 14, 15 hours of traveling. And a lot of tipping. I just woke up about an hour ago. I emptied out my suitcase. I did laundry. It's drying now. Try to organize my toiletries and put things away. And I'm that way. Either I leave everything in the corner for a month before I unpack it, or I got to do it right away. And I'm supposed to be resting. Last night I came back, got into bed about 10:30. I'm a little loopy now, I'm sure you can tell. And I took my tramadol pain pill. I took my sleeping pill, which really knocks me out and gives me a bit of a hangover the next day. And I took my Cipro antibiotic. I took only the Cipro yesterday when I was leaving to come home because I didn't want to be, off balance or goofy when I was traveling. I mean, I was starting to really feel some discomfort. I still have drains in my arms, unfortunately, because this is my faja that I'm wearing, and I still have the drains. But look how nice and skinny those arms are. Hey, not bad. They don't have that stuff flapping in the breeze anymore. He did a really nice job. And I am leaking from the, there we go, from the drain site. Because these things here aren't sucking well enough. They're not the best of shape. And I'm putting out a lot of liquid. Doctor says I can't take these out until these levels are down to 25 to 30 maximum. 2 days in a row, then we could take it out. So I went home with them, and believe me, it was very uncomfortable. I'm starting to get those little zippy, electrical zippy shocks in my arms, that Joni talked about. Started that yesterday. Everything is getting itchy, which is a good sign of healing. As you know, did not get my implants. This is just whatever I have left, with some bandaging. And as most of you know, when the doctor went in there to remove the very old implants that I had in there for 33 years, when he went into the right side, which is where the larger implant was, he said it had ruptured. And he wasn't, after he got it all cleaned up and removed, he said he wasn't going to put any more new implants in there until I healed. And he said, let's give it 6 months and then rediscuss it and see what I want to do. So I took a couple of pictures. This is a picture of me and Dr. Soseda that Kristin took far too far away. I wanted a close-up, didn't get it. And this is a picture of Kristin, me, and Amber. Amber looks like somebody from Egypt. She had her chin done a couple of days before, and she was going to go down for breakfast for the first time, and she wanted to wrap up her face in a scarf. So that's us. And we were just about 3 doors down from each other. We didn't get to socialize too much because Amber was she was cut from head to toe like Joni was, and she definitely was not feeling her best. This is me and Patty. Patty is our nurse, and she came in every day, and she would wash us in the shower, dry us down, change our dressings, and stay for about an hour and just make sure that we're okay. She's the most beautiful soul in the world, Patty. We all love her. That's Patty. And let's see, what else do we have here? I have a picture of Patty taking care of Kristin, but there's too much of Kristin visible, so we won't show that. And I have some pictures of, this is Carney Wilson at the WLSFA. They were doing a little seminar on alcoholism and addiction after bariatrics. And I shared my room with, this is a room in San Antonio. I shared it with Joni, and it was a lovely room, and we had a beautiful view of the Riverwalk, and we didn't even know. See those drapes? We didn't open them until the second day. When we opened them, there was a patio out there with the Riverwalk. I went, oh, look at that, how beautiful the Riverwalk. I have a lot more on my phone, and but this is what my arms looked like before, and this is what they look like now. So you can see quite a bit was taken off. I am having difficulty changing the bandages on my own, taking off the faja, this thing. Last night I came home and it was soaked through. It was really soaked through, and I had to clean it up best I could, so I just kind of rolled it up as much as I could. And I mean, you can see how it leaks. All that body fluid. It's mostly water, doctor says, and a little bit of blood. And this non-allergenic paper, you know, doesn't hold too well. So I'm going to call my nurse. I have a nurse friend of mine that was going to come. I was going to call her when I needed to have my stitches removed. But I think I'm going to call her today and tell her she's going to have to come daily and help me with this bandaging, because just getting the faja on and off is so tight, it's difficult. And I'm still too sore and raw. And this arm here is extremely black and blue. This arm, not so much. Dr. Sorseda said that sometimes different parts of the body are a little bit more sensitive to incisions, and bruising just happens more in certain places in our body than it might in others. But this terribly blue, black and blue body thing that I have here reminds me of exactly what my tummy looked like when I had the DS. I had the black and blue spots. I mean, the whole belly was swollen and black and blue, and that's what that reminded me of. So, gonna just hit the bed, stay there today, try not to get to stay down, not to get on my feet, stay on my feet too much, because I need to sleep and rest. We did get a lot of rest in our hotel room in Monterrey, which was lovely, by the way. The people were wonderful in the hotel. The food was the same every day. You know, it was eggs, and it was the same every day. Same thing in the hospital, same every day. Pancakes. I did take some pictures too. I'll show you some pictures for food. It was all good, you know, but there wasn't much of a variety. If you're not going to have, you know, a ham and sausage and bacon and home fries, that's for sure. But it was good. It was filling. It was just, you know, if you have to stay there like 10 days or more, it can get kind of boring. We did have Uber Eats that is a, you know, service that you call up and you order food and they deliver it. And unfortunately, when Kristin ordered the food, she had the hospital address in it, so it went to the hospital, not to the hotel. And she caught it right away, and she told them, hey, I made a mistake, please send that delivery to the hospice. It's too late. It's already been addressed and sent to the hospital, and if you want the food, you got to go to the hospital and pick it up. What the hell does that mean? And she said, well, we can't go to the hospital and pick it up. Can't you please have the driver just bring it here? And they said no. So that was, I don't know how much that Kristin had in her charge card, but we never did get to eat that food. So, you know, just got to be wise when you're ordering, when you're down there. And I'm always a little leery of ordering things on telephones, and, you know, there's plenty of restaurants nearby that are walkable, but the doctor doesn't want you walking around. We did go to H-E-B a couple of times. We bought some supplies, some water, and cereal and I don't know, whatever other stuff. And we just got out one day, and we just took a little walk in the mall, just to get out, just a short walk, and then we went back to the room. But maid service was great. They were very complimentary. The only thing is the peso thing. I mean, you know, everything's pesos. They don't really. I mean, they'll take dollars over nothing, but they don't like to. And if you ask them, can you change this $100 bill into pesos, they'd be glad to do it, but they're going to give you $100 worth of pesos. They're not going to just give you like maybe $30 worth of pesos and the rest in dollars. They don't do that. And, you know, go into a restaurant, or if you have to tip somebody, or, you know, buy some food, it's got to be in pesos. So make sure you have plenty of pesos when you go there, and that you're prepared. You know, I kept saying, what the hell is 20 pesos? What is 50 pesos? 20 pesos is less than $2, and 50 pesos is less than $5. I mean, it's just hard to wrap my head around it. But anyway, we got through the 8 days, and I did put myself on the books for November 29th to go back to Monterrey, probably travel there by myself at that time, and get my tummy tuck done. And maybe I will get the breast implants put in at that time. He would not do it this time. He said it wouldn't be the safest move for me. That took a good half hour to clean up the chest cavity and to make sure that nothing bad was going on in there, and he didn't want to irritate it anymore by putting in another implant, which was my safety comes first with Dr. Sosane, and I do appreciate that about him. So, you know, that's fine. Maybe I'll do them, maybe I won't. But he said he will not do my arms. I mean, he said he would do my arms and my breast this time. And then the next time he would do my legs and my tummy. I'm not getting a 360 belt body lift. We reviewed it, and he says all I really would need, it would be an extended tummy tuck to get rid of the fat in the front. He doesn't want me on the table more than 5 or 6 hours. That's it, because of my warfarin, blood thinners, and I think another reason why I did bleed a heck of a lot with this was that after the surgery was over, he said I had perfect surgery, no bleeding during the surgery. But when the surgery was over, before they removed me from the table, they gave me a shot of a heparin-type blood thinner, which probably caused me to bleed. And then the next day, I got another shot of it. And the third day, I got a half dose of it, 40 milligrams or something. Then that was to bridge me back onto my warfarin tablets. Now, he says, I'd rather see you bleed like that after surgery. I don't want you bleeding during surgery. But I want you bleeding after surgery, because I'd rather see you, get rid of that fluid than to clot up and have a stroke or have a clot floating around where it shouldn't be. So he says, the blood doesn't bother me. He says, truthfully, it's nothing more of a blood loss, probably less than you would with a natural period. So don't worry when you see the blood, that's perfectly normal. It's just that it's messy. You got to clean the sheets and towels and whatever. But anyway, I survived, and I'm very happy with my arms. I think they look absolutely great, and I wish I could get rid of these. Hopefully, maybe in a couple of days I will. And looking forward to healing up over the next 5-6 months, and then going back and getting the tummy done. We'll not do the tummy and the legs. It was either going to be the tummy, and maybe the breasts if I choose to do them. But he won't do the legs at the same time, because it would put me on the table for too many hours, and he doesn't want me on there more than for 5 hours, 6 hours maximum. This operation took about 4.5, which he was happy with that. I asked him to show me a picture of the skin that he took off my arms. He said, I didn't take a picture of the skin, he says, because I was more focusing on those implants that I took out of you. And I took a picture of those. He says, but I took about less than a pound of skin off your arms. It wasn't quite a pound. I thought it would be at least 2 pounds, but it was less than 1 pound. And funny thing is, I woke up in surgery. The first thing I did was this. And I went, uh-oh. He didn't put anything in there. I don't feel no mountains, you know. And then about 3 minutes later, he walks in. He walks in with a napkin, big white linen napkin. He says, I have your implants here. And I says, why are they in there? They're supposed to be in my chest. He says, no, these are the old ones. I have to show you. He says, one of them ruptured, and it was, you know, I had to clean it out, and I did not put implants in. I didn't feel it was safe. So because of all the leakage that I was having, when we went to HEB, I said to Kristin, hey, listen, let me go get some sanitary pads or something to wrap around the bandaging because, you know, Patty comes in every day and she gives us showers and she dries us down and she gives ointment and antibacterial spray and ointment, and then she puts the gauze with non-allergenic tissue, but because it was going through my arms, I said, let me get something. She said, oh, get those. Those are extra absorbent. That should work. Well, I bought them. And did you ever in your life see such a huge sanitary napkin in your life? Look at this thing. It's for an elephant. It's extra absorbent. It's huge. Look at this thing. But when the day that I was leaving, you know, I kind of had it like this taped, and it was really perfect for the arm. It was hard doing it by myself. So I saw Patty by the elevator as I was leaving. And she says, oh, she says, sweetheart, she says, are you leaving? Are you going home? I says, yes. She says, I'm here to see Amber. She says, this is Amber's last day. I'm here to take care of Amber, then she'll be going home. She says, can I help you? You shouldn't be carrying that. I says, yeah, I know. Well, what can I tell you? So she helped me down to the desk with my luggage, and she told me that this was a good idea for traveling. It gave me more cushion, more safety for my incisions. It was a good idea to put this on for traveling. So she gave me hugs and kisses goodbye, and God bless, and I'll see you again soon. In November, right? November you're coming back? I said, hopefully. And cab was waiting, got me to the airport right away. English wasn't bad, even though they didn't speak well. We always managed to get around to understanding each other. The few little words I knew worked. Kristin gave me a note that said, I don't know if this is the note or not. Yeah, this is the note. And pretty much it says, hola, hola. I know hablo español at all. Necesario to be sensitive with me. I had surgery, so when they pat me down in the airport, to be sensitive, to be tender with me, and gracias, blah blah blah. So they understood. They read. Oh, see, they knew. So that everybody read this note. The cabbie, everybody. The only one that didn't want to read it was the one that had to pat me down. She says, no. I says, you have to read this. I had operation. So she read it. She says, oh, okay. She was very tender. She told me I didn't have to get out of the chair. She barely touched. She went like that and went, oh. But everything else was just like, she barely touched me. She just made me lean forward in the chair and touched my back and checked my pants. And she swiped my hands. Okay, go. And anyway, so it wasn't bad. It's doable. I mean, everybody's going to talk Spanish. And most of the ladies, the nurses in the hospital, had the phone translation. And if they need to talk to you, they would say it in Spanish and then hit a button and it would translate in English. And then I would respond in English and then it would respond to her in Spanish. So there was no problem in corresponding with them at all. You know, and some of them did speak English or some. And those that were a little struggling with it, they had their phone translation and it was perfect. It was fine. Dr. Sauceda's wife, Gabby, Doctora Sauceda, was very nice. Now, they say she doesn't speak very well English, but she spoke pretty good English to me. And, you know, she greeted me and she gave me a pill to relax me. They walked me into the operating room, which is much different from what we're accustomed to seeing in the States. When I was in Puerto Vallarta, it was a state-of-the-art hospital, and it was a standard, huge operating room with all the bells and whistles. This is a little bit more antiquated than we're used to. It's not a hospital, it's a surgical clinic, but it goes up like 6 floors. It's a big building. And it's a smaller room, you know, and you get on the table. There's a couple of tables in there, and there's equipment, of course, but it's just a smaller room. And another odd thing is that they told me to strip me down naked, and then they told me to stand on a pad, like a pad like this, on a big square, like a pee-pee pad for a doggy. And she poured some Benadryl in a bowl with a swab of gauze, and she scrubbed me down. I thought it was going to be cold, but it was warm, and it felt really nice. All the neck, the back, the chest, the arms, all the way down to below my belly, above my pubic area, front and back, 2 or 3 times she did that. And then she said, okay, get on the table. I got on the table. Don't, and then I went to touch it with my hands. No, don't touch, because my hand didn't have the Benadryl on it. No touch. Just lean back. The only thing they wanted on that table was what was disinfectant. So they're very careful about cleanliness, about making sure you're properly prepared before surgery. And they put a mask on me. I woke up in recovery. And I heard somebody talking. It sounded familiar. I went, Kristin, is that you? She went, Lucille? I says, yeah. She says, what are you doing here? I says, well, what happened was, she didn't have her operation till Thursday. I had mine on Tuesday. On Thursday, because I was bleeding so much, especially from this nipple, the doctor thought it best if he put a few more stitches in me. He says, we're going to bring you down to surgery again. A little 10-minute procedure. I want to put a few more stitches in that and clean it up. So I was in there for that. Now the strangest thing happened. I was in the prep room. They wiped me down with the Benadryl. They put me on the table. They put the mask on me, and I'm breathing in the mask, and I'm wide awake. And they're wheeling me out of the room, the operating room. It's just, And the next thing, they're wheeling me here and they're wheeling me there, and I'm waiting and saying, well, where's Dr. Sosady? He's got to put these stitches in my nipple, you know? And what happens is, next thing I know, I'm in a recovery room next to Kristin, who had just come out of her surgery. She was fairly alert. And I went, Kristin, is that you? She says, Lucille? She says, what are you doing here? And the nurse says that, well, she had to have this little second surgery. You had to have a second surgery? What happened? I said, I don't know. I said, they didn't do it yet. I said, I'm not falling asleep. And they have to, but he didn't do it yet. I'm getting more and more awake instead of sleepy. And I said, when's Dr. Sosady going to put the stitches in? I'm telling the nurse. She says, he did it. You were sleeping. I was sleeping? He already did it? She says, yeah. I said, I don't remember that. I remember sucking on that mask and being wheeled out of the room wondering what the hell's going on. He's supposed to come in and put stitches in me. So when I say you know nothing, you know nothing. You know, you are out. Some people say that they wake up. Amber said that she woke up a little bit. You know, she didn't feel anything, maybe a little tugging. And Kristin woke up a little bit, and they put her right out again. I don't remember waking up one single solitary second. I don't remember any of that. I went to sleep, I woke up, it was over. So anyway, that's my story so far. I probably talked way too long. I am a little loopy still from my medication. I'm going to go to lie down now, try to sleep some more. And I will touch base with you again. Hopefully I'll show some more photographs and show you those implants that he pulled out of my body. And I'm glad that he did it. Glad that I said, pull them out, get rid of it. Because you know what he said to me? He says, you know, if you're not having any symptoms, if you're not red, if you're not burning, if you have no pain, you're probably okay. Maybe we'll just leave them in and lift them. You know, because he tries to do minimal, whatever is necessary. And I says, you know what, after 33 years, let's take them out. Put new ones in. He says, okay. And he says, it's a good thing you said take them out, because when I opened you up, I said, uh-oh, this is a complication. Okay, guys, I'll talk to you again. when I feel more together. Love you all. Want to end with another couple of seconds saying all those wonderful people that I met at WLSFA. Oh my God, my heart is so full. Erin, Heather Featherling, oh gosh, my head is cloudy. Of course, you know, Joni and Kristin, I never really met them in person before. And Lisa, oh my Lisa, I love you so much. And I'm so sad she's having a little problem with her hip again, and she's on vacation. It's really a bummer. Her hip went out on her. And also a lovely lady from Oklahoma. Oh gosh, what's her name? Rachel. She's such a tall, beautiful girl. Looks just like Loretta Lynn. And of course, Rosemary and Antonia Tony, the founder of the WLSFA, and a few other new people that I didn't know of, that kind of knew me, but I didn't know them as well. Anyway, it was just all wonderful. The fiesta night was great. The sparkling crystal night was great. Food stunk as usual. They have to realize that just because we're bariatric patients doesn't mean we have to have bland food. You can flavor things, you can throw butter and stuff, you can use some seasoning. It's perfectly fine, and yet everything is bland. But they did serve more food this time than they did at the first one I went to in 2013. They served really nothing then. So definitely well worth going to these fundraisers to help people who can't have afford to have their own surgeries. And there were 2 grants that were given to 2 women, so that's 2 more lives that we saved this year. So consider going again. I don't know where it's going to be next year, but let's try to make it and support those people who can't afford surgery. Okay, everyone, I got to go hit the hay. Glad I got a chance to give you some input on my travels, and I hope I didn't bore you to death with my babbling. Love you all. Talk again soon. Bye.